So there's been conflicting information about this, but were you guys ever in talks with signing to G Unit?
The only thing that I knew about that was there was a situation with 50 or somebody from the camp, I think it probably was 50, wanted to do something with the t-shirts. So he wanted to, from what I heard, it was like a 70-30 type of deal, and he was going to sell the t-shirts on his platform, and we keep 30%, he keeps 70. That's the only monetary thing I heard. Now, as far as when it came to like signing or people that was interested, there was more interest from Steve Rifkin than there was actually G Unit 50 Cent.
All right, well, before we get into Steve Rifkin, right? But because at that time, 50 he even rocked the Bang Bang Boogie t-shirt, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Was he the one supplying the t-shirts to you guys?
No, the streets was supplying it. My man Pete, people don't give my man Pete a lot of credit. Pete from Watson, I'm going to give him all the credit and all the glory. Gilly, you got to give Gilly the glory and the credit because they brought the financiers in to like to put money into the t-shirt. I never spent money on a t-shirt. Now I spent my own money on mixing down the music, getting posters, because that back then we used to get posters and shit, and go places and have the posters up on album or mixtape covers. I never the t-shirt part of it wasn't my thing. Like that was more Gilly, P.O., Hoke. They was in control of that.
You know, when I think about that time, man, I feel like you guys were all over thisis50.com.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That and we call it World Star Hip Hop. Yes. I just remember seeing you guys there all the time.
Let me say a rest in peace to Q, because people didn't know I had a good relationship with Q. Remember Q from World Star Hip Hop? And Q used to call me on a regular, and me and Q used to kick it. And he was just a regular good dude, man. And he told me about his come up. You know, he basically how he started World Star and how it was taken off. So a lot of people don't bring up Q name. I just wanted to highlight him because Q was a good dude, man. And that was one of my guys. That was one of my power weapons, man. If I needed something on World Star, I highlight Q. That should be right up there. You heard?
Bro, man, he was before his time.
Yeah, he was different. He was before his time. He was an excellent human being. You know, I got stories with Q, just me kicking it with Q. And shout out to my man D from Bronx Net. That people don't give D a lot of respect. No, and I've been home and I didn't hear nothing from him. But D was the one who actually plugged me in with Q. You know, and shout out to Nelson too. Nelson is a good dude too. Nelson helped out a lot too.
Now, I know there was a situation where at the time 50 was beefing with Rick Ross, right? And Rick Ross came to film a music video in New York, and Lord Tariq ended up going to the music video shoot. What exactly happened with that? Because it seemed like after that, the whole connection with 50 got fucked up.
I mean, at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. 50, I would say, somewhat embraced Bang Bang Boogie, and Rick Ross embraced Bang Bang Boogie too. It's just that at the time, 50 Cent had more power than Rick Ross.
Wait, didn't you guys have issues with Rick Ross too, though?
No, the only person that had an issue with Rick Ross was Cuban, and that came from Khaled. And
right.
We didn't have an issue. You got to remember, Rick Ross signed Torch. Torch is from my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Kev is from my neighborhood. Torch is a good dude, official. He signed Torch, so we love Rick Ross. I knew about Rick Ross in 2002. Torch used to talk about him, and I remember the history of Rick Ross back then when he didn't have a beard. You know what I'm saying? When Rick Ross was on Slip and Slide, and I remember he co-wrote the song "Take It to the House." Like I knew I had this information back then in 2002, so I was well familiar with who Rick Ross was. So to see Rick Ross in the neighborhood and embrace Bang Bang Boogie, I liked it. My brother spoke out from Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying?
I thought Mysonne spoke out too against what Lord Tariq did.
Mike spoke, yeah. It was that. You know what I'm saying? It was a little turmoil because some people was like, "Yo, yo, we fuck with 50. Some people thought that, and some people was like, yo, 50 ain't doing nothing for us. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross is really embracing niggas. I'm fucking with Rick Ross. Like, I'm gonna, hold him down at the video shoot. Me, I didn't feel no type of way because I like Rick Ross personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, for what he did for niggas in my neighborhood. And I know that he's not a bad dude. You know what I'm saying? So I never said nothing about that. You know what I mean? Like, I never gave an interview from jail. Hope doubled down and was like, you know what? And said what he said. But I don't even think Hope even meant that at the time. You know what I'm saying? He just said it because it was like, I'm gonna show a little bit of loyalty to the nigga that embraced me, which was 50. So I'm gonna send a word from jail. You understand?
Yeah, but I feel like there were members of Bang Bang Boogie that were worried that 50 was just trying to use you guys as a pawn,
No,
right?
he 100% used us as pawns, but we used him too.
Right.
See, you can use me, I can use you, just don't
Mutual
misuse me.
beneficial.
Yeah, it's beneficial. I mean, at the end of the day, like 50, cool, he all right. Like one of my mans just, he fuck with 50 to this day, and 50, he was just talking to 50 about me and shit like that. 50 was, oh, he just came home and shit, right? Like 50 is still cool. Like we ain't got no problem with 50, but I knew like the industry is the industry. Like I said, I don't take hip hop shit serious. Like the things that you love to do.